This is going to be a quick 8 or 10 minute isometric workout. So I'll probably repeat this next part like a couple times, but I actually hurt my back since the last one of these. So remember how I was like, hey, if you guys are cool with making this a thing, I don't mind because it doesn't take but 10 minutes to do an isometric session and get all the benefits. That's fine. But yeah, I hurt my back. So yeah, when you hurt your back, you gotta kind of take it easy a little bit. And I was not happy about it, but I'd rather recover versus push through the back pain and make it worse. And then I'd be off for like 3 months. So anyway, luckily it's only 2 weeks, but I'm good. No hack squatting for me today. But surprisingly, the sissy squat is just fine. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Let me get my water real quick, because it's about to get hot. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna do the sissy squat first, and let's see, 583 at chain link. I know we're doing chain links again, right? Chain link. Oh no, we're not. We're on this custom setup because remember that video I made about how to fix the all the eye bolts on the Isomax? Well, I went and fixed every last one. So now I have like 5 Isomax bars that work. So it's pretty cool. I'm not a DIY guy at all. All right, so anyway, let me set this up. 583. And I just woke up like 15 minutes ago, so we'll see what happens here. Okay. Oh boy, this is always fun. The balancing act. Okay. Oh nope, lost balance. Whew. Man, all right, what we get here? Not bad. 611. Not bad. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. This is done. Now we'll do all the stuff on the Isomax base plate. That's the only one I use for the sissy squat. So I don't know, like that base plate just works better for this for me. I don't know. I personally don't expect high numbers today. This is my first time actually doing it since I hurt my back. So I'm not... A workout is better than nothing. Like, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. I have that mindset. But I'm not going to, like, push it and then get effed. You feel me? So, all right. Still going to set the load, though. So I'm going to set it to 457, huh? And what I like to do with these is when I am working out, I don't look at the comments right away. I just focus on this. So like feel free to message, and then like after I finish everything, that's when I'm gonna come back and start to rifle through all the comments. So as you guys see me doing stuff, that's when, I mean, that's As you guys see me doing it, I won't answer, but when I finish, that's when I'll come answer. So again, don't expect much, but a workout's a workout. Oh, got some beeps. I got some beeps. 481. Oh, it's a lot higher than 457, isn't it? It's the shirt. Okay. All right, so same thing, conventional grip. Okay, I'm just set the load around the same. My calf rate been about the same. No, it hasn't. 415. Okay. Oh boy. I feel like I should have stretched a little bit more this morning. I'm like stiff. Like any older viewers, like the only time, like I'm 34, the only time I feel like my age is right when I wake up. After that, I feel like 20 again, but like it's just like you gotta prime the joints. Need some oil. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. No way. Oh, it was close. So 400, literally 400 even. I don't know if you can see that. One of the things I hate about recording the Isomax sessions is like, if the light doesn't catch it, it'll just look like blue. But if you just angle it, then you can see the number perfectly. It's so annoying, like especially like when I do shorts and like I'm thinking that I'm showing you guys a number and I look back and it's just like blue. I'm like, dang. So that's why I have to edit the number on the screen every time for you guys because light. Yeah. Oh wow, I was struggling on that too. Like 390, 368, and 367 were my last three. But this was supposed to be, this session's supposed to happen like 2 weeks ago. So yeah. All right, 2 upright row now. All right, so this motion, 221. And for those that are just tuning in, feel free to comment. When I finish the workout, I will come back and go to all the comments. But for now, I'm going to focus on the workout. And MVC, maximum voluntary contraction. That video I keep alluding to in like all my videos. 230, 230. Let's go, 230. Push yourself a little bit, right? Don't be a bee. Push yourself. Dude, I should have waited like another 15 minutes. I'm like, I don't know. And yet, I already broke 2 records. I don't know. Sometimes it's like that. Like, you'll have the best meal, like the best sleep, and your numbers are trash. And then you'll have like 4 hours of sleep, like you ate half your caloric intake, and you're like setting record. I don't understand. The human body is interesting. All right, here we go. 220. I didn't hear anything. I set the load. I was in. It was 225. Yeah. 220. Oh, because I set it to 230. 225. Okay, so that was better than my last 2. So 225.8. All right, so I'm going to tell you right now, this bicep curl, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been touching 190s lately, but the last one, I got like a 150. So I don't know. Like, I tend to fluctuate. Like, when I'm on, I'm on, and when I'm off, I am off. But we'll see. Maybe the shirt will give me superpowers. I don't know. Woo-hoo. Let's go. Honestly, I'd say a win today is anything over 170. I'm not trying to be a cop-out. It's just, I know my body. Okay, let's go. This one's probably the hardest to breathe correctly. Oh, 175.8. 175.8. That's no 190. That's no 190 power. Okay. I'm gonna do my 2 shoulder presses, then my front raise, and we're done. 23 for OHP mid, and 27 for OHP high. Give you guys some numbers. 206. 206. For longtime viewers of the channel, you guys know I'm a huge nerd. And so that is the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. That is Krillin's power level. So let's try and get Krillin's power level in the shoulder press. No way. 180 something. 193. Yeah, I felt it. I felt it. 93.8. Weak. Weak. For those really new to the channel, keep in mind that these numbers don't mean that you can push that in weight room. I would say that I can rep, I don't know, like 165, 170 or something. Definitely not for 10. If my maximum force output not moving is around 192, 205-ish, I'm probably moving weight at 160. Why? Because we have what's called the force velocity curve. And Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics, a really good friend of mine, just made a video on isometrics. So I highly recommend you go check that out. He just posted it yesterday. He even gave us a little shout out. He's so awesome. But he talks about that. And so when you're at the highest part of the force velocity curve and there's no movement, that's when we can exert the most force because there's no movement. When we start to put movement into play, right? Now we're actually exerting enough force to move, and so we start to go down the curve. And we have a video on that as well. I think it's like 2 of them. I feel like I should keep doing that, but like what I do in our videos is I keep linking it. Like when I mention it, I link it back to that video because it's an important video, especially for those that don't know and they see these numbers and they're like, okay, we'll go do that in the weight room. And I'm like, nobody can do that. All right, so I'm going to set this to 117. I've stalled long enough. That's not 20-second break. Okay, here we go. No, that felt weak. Wait. 98. 105. Okay. Stop shortchanging myself here. 105. Okay. Oh. See, I'm like fluctuating. It's like it'll go 118, 103, 117, 105. That's how it is, my friends. That's how it is. Success is never linear. It's always peaks and valleys. As long as the peaks and valleys are trending upwards, don't get caught up in the day-to-day. Just focus on beating yourself that day. Okay. Last one is 94 Apparently my back is feeling pretty good today. It's not bad for a first day back after a lower back injury. So now that enough of you guys are on here, I was doing the pendulum squat at our local gym, and I did too much weight. I came down, I exploded up, and it's funny, like, whenever I do any type of explosive movement now, like, my body really remembers the Isomax because of Hebb's rule, muscle fibers that wire together, fire together. Okay, so what happened was my legs were more than strong enough, but my glutes were still weak. My lower back was taxed from the previous day's workout. So that's a setup for failure there. Definitely my mistake, and I could have easily avoided that. Luckily, it wasn't a catastrophic lower back injury, so that's why I was able to recover in 2 weeks and not 3 months to 9 months, like what used to be the case at the beginning of this channel's history. Okay, this is the last exercise. I would like to get over 95. Oh my God, I can't begin. Every time I do that on live, I can't begin to tell you guys what the front delt feels like. Oh. Oh God. What we get? 101. Triple digits, baby. 101.4. Okay. So, just to give you guys an idea, on your typical day, my sissy squat's up. My shrug is up. Calf raise is up. This is from the last session. Upright row is up. Bicep curl is up. Front raise is up. OHP mid is down. OHP high is down. And, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it is sometimes. All right, so, I don't know, what is that like? I went like 5 for 8. Okay. Are we there yet, Vegeta? No. No, we are not there yet. It's too early for that. Okay. On to the questions, and keep them coming as you start to hear me go over stuff and catch my breath. Matter of fact, let me get some water. Okay. Do you like the ISO chain base plate better than the Isomax base plate? Only for the sissy squat. Just because I feel like, and all right, I'm lying. And the hack squat. Those two I really like. I want to say the Jefferson squat, but the Jefferson tends to warp the base plate. So just for those two. Other than that, I tend to favor the Isomax base plate. Bro, looking strong. I try to be, man. Ken said, I am 42 and I feel like the Tin Man on some days. I need oil. Yo, you know how it is, man. You know how it is, but it's all right. You know, it might take us a little longer to get going, but it's all right. You know, we get going. Don't want to make any excuses, right? Beanie Weenie. That is freaking hilarious. I love that. I'm 26 and I feel like crap every day. Do this for 8 minutes every day. You won't feel like that for long. I don't know how to break out. Yeah, do this. You won't feel like that for long. I can tell you that right now, man. Like, whenever I lift heavy in the weight room, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm feeling, like, you know, you got, like, the endorphins and the testosterone increase post-workout, but, like, I don't know. Something about this, man, like, you be feeling mad strong after this. Like, I just love the feeling. Yeah, stop beating your meat. Yeah, you right. A-Train. Yeah, right. Where's A-Train? Where's Homelander, bro? I don't talk to Homelander, yo. He tweaking. Who can start the? Where'd you get this machine? So, this machine is from Dragon Door. It is a company out of, where are they at now? Minnesota. Where's it? Grand Rapids, Michigan. I think it's Minnesota. Minneapolis. But yeah, I have known the owner of Dragon Door for now almost 4 years. Really cool guy, and he allowed me to be an affiliate for Dragon Door and the Isomax product. And so, honestly, I wasn't even looking for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I just love training this way. Ever since I saw Bruce Lee doing ISO chain stuff, and then they made a modern version of it, I've just been training this way, and I love it. So, you can get it at any of our links on our long form content. It might be in the description of the live stream now that I think about it. But you can also get it at dragondoor.com. He took it from Vol. Is it possible to do a full body isometric workout daily, like 6 days a week? Yeah, you can do one just like I did. 6 days a week. That's actually exactly what I do. So this workout program normally takes about, I don't know, 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, 10 minutes if I'm like BSing and like taking longer than 20 seconds in between. But yeah, about 8 minutes roughly. To go through 8 exercises. Each exercise is only 6 seconds. And the rest time is about 20 seconds. So you put that math together, and it really doesn't take long. And these gains do add up. They are gains that you really can feel if you do a 1x6 format like me. If I didn't work out at the gym, then I would start to increase how many sets I do here. Does that make sense? You just kind of have to balance them out and make sure that your isometric program is synergistic with your dynamic program. I think I'm getting some progress after 2 weeks with OI, but I wanted to ask you, is it normal that after doing OI, I feel tired for the rest of the day? I would say more often than not, that's probably not normal. It depends on what your program looks like. If it is, I'm gonna grab a seat real quick. If it is a 1x6, you definitely shouldn't be feeling fatigue for the rest of the day. Yeah, you shouldn't. If it's like a Promethean style where you did like three, or 4 6x6s, I can see how that might fatigue you, but even then, like, you're supposed to feel more invigorated after the workout. So it could come down to your diet. Do you have enough carbs? I know that a popular thing right now is to cut carbs, and that is one of the dumbest things that we could ever do because we need carbs for energy. No carbs is like driving your car without any gasoline and expecting it to move. We need carbs. I'm not saying you're doing that, just as a general statement. So I would say check out your macros and see if your proteins, carbs, and fats are all at a good intake. If your sleep is anywhere between 6 to 8 hours, and that is a rested ROM sleep, REM, range of motion sleep. Yeah, what's that? Good REM sleep, so it's quality sleep, not like restless sleep. Dope shirt, thank you. Allie? It's called the Isomax that I'm using. Somebody already. Regina. All right, so that's why no, I lost it. Okay. Will I see muscle loss if I switch completely to isometrics and stop going to the gym? Only if the volume doesn't match what you were doing in the gym. And so unfortunately, it's really hard to kind of like just match an eyeball match exactly what you were doing. I actually had a video almost 2 years ago of I only did isometrics for 30 days. Here's what happened. So I sacrificed my gym work, and what happened was I pretty much became like really dense. So like my physique pretty much looked the same to me, but I felt different. I felt stronger. I don't know if that makes any sense. But isometrics are more about the inside. But I would say if you can do both, uh, that would be my suggestion for that. If you were to switch to isometrics only, just make sure there's enough volume. And if you're going for hypertrophy, you gotta do those lifts. You gotta do those 45-second holds. They suck, and it has to be at the level required, the force level required to simulate hypertrophy. So if you set the load to 70 pounds, you cannot be like at like 45 pounds of force for the duration. You're going to lose muscle because it's not at the load. It's like going to the gym and like you're normally curling 30-pound dumbbells, and now you're just going to go to 20 and you're expecting. Does that make sense? It's the same concept, just statically. I don't know what that means. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Is this recorded? No, it's recorded. It's live. Where do you get those wrist attachments for the front raise? It is in our Amazon store. They are just not straps. Straps are for deads. What are those things called? I don't know why I can't remember. I mean, it's just. What is it? Hold on. Hooks. Hooks. They're called hooks. So this is in our Amazon store. Hawk lifting hooks. I like this for the front raise because I don't want my grip giving out, which it normally does on front raises, to be the factor in why I don't get strength gains. It's similar to using straps for deads. Like, I don't want my grip to be the reason why I can't dead 405 when my body can dead 405, but my grip can dead 315. Does that make sense? That's just an example. That's not my numbers, but that's just an example. Will I see muscle loss if I come? I think I answered that, right? Was that two of them? Yeah, I did. Oh, okay, I went backwards. Dragon door, not vor, dragon door, like opening a door, dragon door. Nice drop ceiling. It came like this. Stay hard. Show your power level, break the liquor bottle, bro. I just woke up. Go Super Saiyan, bro. I just woke up. I look like I have muscles. I better, after 15 years of hard work, I better have something to show for it. I have a great build. Thank you, sir. Speak louder. Yeah, I was thinking about having like the mic that I use for like my regular videos. This is a new phone. Like, so much has happened in like 2 weeks. Like my old phone that I use for everything just went to crap. It's been a time. It's been a time. You've probably noticed like the output of videos has gone down. It's been a time. Life being life, but whatever. Yeah, after I am energized, with the next day I am a bit tired. I do 6 by 6. Okay. Okay. But the next day, so not sure if that's CNS fatigue. I don't want to always say it's CNS fatigue because it's not always CNS fatigue. Yeah, it could be any of those, Geraldo. It could be any of those factors that I mentioned. It could be the lower sleep quality, the macros not being excuse me, the macros not being good. The program, it could be like, yeah, it could be a number of things. Essentially, I would need to see everything that you're kind of going through to really, like, make a educated guess here. How have isometrics affected your concentric and eccentric training? Unbelievably well. Unbelievably well. The concentric phases in particular have been some of the best I've ever experienced. I've been lifting since 2009. I started isometrics seriously since last year. I know the channel started in 2020, but I was suffering from lower back issues for the first like 2 years of this channel's history. So a lot of the numbers that you guys saw that were like older videos, I couldn't really progress. I just kept doing this because I kept getting limited by like chronic back pain. So I fixed that. Except for like this last 2 weeks when I bit off more than I could chew. It's my fault. But yeah, like things have been very good. I used to have really bad knee pain. That is gone. I used to have like annoying elbow tendonitis whenever I did like skull crushers. That is gone. I mean, that plagued me for years and it's gone. In addition to that, I just feel stronger. It's something where like ISOs are just, they're in this weird place where most of the benefits are benefits that you can feel. Can you start to see an outward manifestation of all your training? Of course you can. But it's like the ISOs are more of like if you're trying to build a sleeper build, in my opinion. This is like, without giving you the exercise science, this is just like bro talk. But the bro talk is backed by science. It's a sleeper, but you want a sleeper build? This is it. Just think Anatoly, the guy that trolls people in gyms, like he's like mopping stuff, but then he he picks up like 315 with one hand, but he's only like 175 pounds. Think about that. This is what that allows you to do. Hello, bro. What's up? Why the chicken crossed the road to lay an egg like I am now? Thank you for sharing and taking the time to answer. Of course. Does 1 to 3 There's 1 to 3 seconds of maximum contraction. Is that good for strength? Yes, yes, that is exactly perfect for strength. And I cover that in our MVC video, the maximum voluntary contraction video. What is your daily routine, bro? What is my sign? I'm a Saggy, and my daily routine is 6 days a week of this isometric training. And then I work out 4 to 5 days a week dynamically, and my split is chest and bicep, legs, back and tricep, legs, shoulders. And I do abs 3 times a week in that as well. Each workout takes about an hour and 15 to an hour and 45. It just depends. I'm a beginner. I love to go till failure, and at least 2 of the 3 or 4 exercises that I do a session on. I do PPL split. I take creatine for just that little bit of recover. I go. Okay, 2 days a week. Is that enough for me? No. No. I would say whenever I have a consultation with a new client. For those that don't know, I'm also a personal trainer. That's like my bread and butter. I always recommend, if your schedule allows, three times a week is the bare minimum to start seeing lasting results. For the first, I don't know if the word first is even right anymore because it's just been so many years. But for the latter half of my training, I've done 4 days a week, only until like recently, like the last like 3 years that I up it to 5. But I felt like 4 was always like, I don't know, it just worked for me. Could I have done 6? Yeah, but I don't know. I want to have a life too. So, but don't sleep on the power of compound interest. You know, like you put in these work and you get better every session, you're gonna get jacked. Like you do everything you're supposed to do, you're gonna get jacked. You don't put in the work and not get jacked. Doesn't make any sense. All right, just make sure that you're doing what you need to do week in and week out, and you will get jacked. Just make sure that. But 2 days a week, I would say, is not enough. So if you did PPL split and you're 3 days a week, I would go pull on Monday, legs on Wednesday, and push on Friday. Why pull first? Because usually everybody does push on Monday, and that's annoying. So I just figured you wouldn't want to wait. So I always recommend that to people. Is it possible to order the ISO chain base plate separately? I don't think so. That'd be nice, but I don't think so. Giraldi, I just turned 16. I hope to get some results by next year. You will. Stay consistent. You will. For exercises, I do pushing against the wall for 6 seconds. Awesome. Rest 10 seconds and do that again. Very good. Solid. 1 to 3 seconds on a negative. You can. You can if you're looking to get more time and attention. That's fine. Jack Slater, I just got a bull worker recently. Nice. And I'm doing some isos, and I love the dense feeling already. Isn't it crazy? It's something that you really just have to experience. Like doing these exercises, like it just looks like, okay, bro. But like when you do it, it's like, oh, it's just it's a whole different type of workout. Problem is I can't get any lower body strength with it. Yes, it's annoying. It's annoying. I mentioned that in our bull worker review. What was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? Any recommendations? Yeah. If you're going to use the bull worker, that is great. They have a couple of lower body workouts, like a pseudo leg extension and stuff like that. Does it work? Yeah, it works. I would probably do some wall sits to failure. If you're gonna keep it isometric, that's probably what I would do. And pull against the tower. Okay, cool. I'm on 3 days. On 1 day off. Best schedule I've ever done. Very good. Good stuff. The best schedule is one that works for you. I saw a video of Anatoly lifting similar weight and going toe to toe with Larry. I hope I got his name right. Larry, yeah, Larry Wheels. Yep. Is there a difference between training for strength with isometrics and training for hypertrophy? Yeah, there's a huge difference. So when you train isometrics for hypertrophy, you are not contract like the workout I just did today. You're not maximally contracting. you're using about 60 to 85% of your max. Kind of like in a weight room, like you're not gonna 1 RM all the stuff, all the exercise in there if you're chasing hypertrophy. If you're doing strength, yeah, that's fine. But like in the weight room, hypertrophy is usually like 12, right? 10 to 12 reps. 12 is like that sweet spot number. And whatever weight that you can do for 12 is the weight that you need to be training at, because it's like the perfect balance of load and time under tension duration. So with isometrics, it's the same thing. We're not going to expect the body, you can't expect the body to um, maximally contract and then we're going to get like size gains. You're going to get strength gains. So in order to get size gains, you need enough time under tension at that load. So what I like about the Isomax is you can set that load to whatever poundage that you need to be at. So like, for example, if you're doing a shoulder press and your max is 100, remember 60 to 85% of your max. So you can set the load to 85%. You're going to try and hold 85% of force for 45 seconds. That is one of the craziest burns I promise you you will ever feel in your entire life. And continue to do that and you will see gains because the stimulus for growth is still there. It's just not moving, but it's still there. Um, Thoughts on 30 seconds on, or wait, thoughts on 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 10 sets of for hypertrophy. I wouldn't recommend 10 seconds off. For hypertrophy, most of the programs in Dragon Door recommend giving you a minute. I would have to say that's a really good idea. Especially after doing all of them in that book, you need a minute for that, right? It's just like in a weight room, like not too much, like you're not like BSing for like 5 minutes on a rest time, but I'd probably give it a minute. But other than that, like 30 seconds on, 60 seconds off would be solid and probably really brutal. That sounds awful in a good way. Um, Maybe I'm a bit tired because I do it 6 to 7 days a week. Geraldo, try 5 days a week and see what happens. It might be a bit much on your body right now. So not saying to stop, just like reduce the volume a little bit, kind of see how you feel after a week or two, and then just kind of adjust it from there. If you're good at 5, then you could up it to 6 and see. I think that 7 is a bit much. Is there a way to recover from muscle soreness without compromising any potential gains? Thanks for suggesting 3 days a week. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Is there a way to recover from muscle soreness without compromising any potential gains? You mean like rest? I mean, yes. uh, like usually if the soreness is like really, really bad, and like I've had only a few times where like the soreness was just crazy, and that's usually like when I start a new program or like the very first time I started working out years and years and years ago. That was like the worst. To this day, like I'll get sore every now, but it's like a 2 out of 10 sore. Um, and like you don't have to be like crippled to get growth, like you don't. Um, is there any way to recover? Like it just depends on your split. So usually like with my split that I gave earlier with the chest and by, leg, back and try, leg, shoulder, everything is perfectly spaced out for 48 hours. I might have some bleed over for soreness from the leg day from Tuesday into Thursday, but it's so minimal at that point because my body is already recovered for 48 hours that it doesn't really bother me. So it really it depends on are you recovering enough with sleep? Because if we don't recover enough with sleep and we've damaged our body, we're not fully recovered. Also, the food that we intake, food plays a huge role, as almost as much as sleep, in my opinion. But also your split. Hopefully that makes sense. We just gotta make sure those three factors are synergistic. Do I use coffee? I don't. I try to stay away from stimulants unless I absolutely have to. I kind of want to quit for faster recovery, no random cravings, but it's so hard for me to get going without it, bro. I feel that. I feel that. I used to do overnights in 2015, man. If I feel that. I'm currently borderline obese trying to get into shape. Any tips? What I would do is I would just try and do it every other day at first, and slowly wean yourself off. I don't recommend cold turkey. I recommend anything that sh like it's just a slow progression. Because what's most important is building the habit, not just like like cold turkeying it. Usually cold turkey has like a huge percentage for relapse. So hopefully that makes sense. Would you train for strength first and then hypertrophy? Yes, exactly that, Ken. Exactly that. Just working out with isos every day, are they excessive for the body and the recovery? Only if the volume is too much. Like for this, if I'm not lifting today, I'm just doing isos, but if I were lifting, this would be fine. If I was doing a 1x6 like I just did. If I was doing like a 6x6 for all 8 of those, oh my God, I would not lift. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. Maybe like if it was like a BS like 20-minute calisthenic thing on top, because you have to balance the overall volume or your body's gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? Do I wear women's clothes? I do not. What gains what gains quicker, lighter weights, more reps, or less reps with max weight? What gains are quicker? Um, it those are those two options are actually not optimal for gains. I'm assuming you're talking about like size gains, right? You want you want that sweet spot where you have enough load and you're able to do 3 sets of 12 at whatever that load is for 12. That's the load that you really want to work with. When I lift, I don't go into the weight room with like a low weight and like just bang it out for like 50 reps for like 3 sets. I That'll be really good for muscular endurance, but I mean it's not going to have any type of lasting hypertrophy. The same with strength, like if I was looking to get up my strength before Isomax, I would just go set the load to whatever I would fail at like 3 or 4 with, and I would get the strength gains. But it still wouldn't be that great for size. But that 3 sets of like 12, whatever load that is, where you are just smoked after that third set at 12, that's the weight that you need to be working at. Suggested tip: use a mouth guard when doing overcome. Dude, I'm thinking about that. I'm really thinking about getting the freaking mouth guard. Like, it's funny you say that. Like, I really am, because I feel like I need to I want to like shatter my teeth. So when I'm focused on hypertrophy, I like to maximally contract for the whole 30 seconds. I let my strength drop as I get weaker. Down the road, wouldn't this be optimal for hypertrophy? Um, I see where you're going. I would. Are you able to keep that up for all 3 sets? Because it might. I feel like that would be really good for one round, but I feel like the next couple of rounds it might be incredibly difficult to demand your body to continue with that type of output for hypertrophy. But I could be wrong. So I don't want to say no. I would say it would work. I don't know if it'd be optimal, but it would work. Norse code, what the? I don't understand what that means. Is it real that you can become twice as strong in 5 months? Yes, it is. Can you do a front lever? No, I cannot. Do you work? Yes, I do. I'm a online personal trainer and content creator. What's your favorite movie? What is my favorite movie? I don't know. I don't know. I just saw Wolverine and Deadpool yesterday. It was good. I don't know. Like I don't know. I guess I don't know. What kind of music do you like? EDM. What's my favorite food? Chipotle, bro. Chipotle. Let's go. Chipotle. What's the least we should do to increase muscle mass? The least? What do you mean? Like volume, like strength? Like I think I need a little bit more info. Does a horse stance is a horse stance good for endurance and the strength of the legs? Yes. Good Lord. Shooting that video sucked, by the way. That horse stance. I was like, yo, man, it's like I never squatted before. Like, that was wow. Supplements you're taking to maximize gains. All I take is a multivitamin, bro. That's it. If somebody wanted to increase size and strength, I mean, they could take creatine post workout. And a protein shake. Supplements are just that, like supplements. So if your diet contains all the macro and micronutrients that you need, you don't need to take a supplement. But if you find yourself lacking with your diet, then that's why you supplement it with the supplement that you need to bridge the gap. Uh, where do you stay? I'm not gonna answer that. Doing stand pulling now. I'm at 250 kgs resistance and squats. Oh shit, 130 kgs in hands, chest 40 kgs, back 130 kgs resistance. Wow, steel stand pull is the ultimate home gym arts. Facts, bro. You are freaking strong. Holy crap, you're strong. Will you come buy me superhero and those underoos? What's an underoo? Um, the fewest exercises splits frequency to build. How did wait? The fewest exercises splits frequency to build muscle mass. The fewest exercises and split frequency to build. Um, you can always go with the tried and true deads, bench, squat, and any type of pull up variation. To get the posterior chain. But essentially, like taking 3 sets of each of those, you take them to failure, and you should be in good shape. How do you stay motivated to work out? Do you have any tips? Yep. Keep your goal in front of you at all times. Be a little bit excessive about it. So whatever your goal is or whatever you're trying to achieve, put that on your freaking steering wheel. Put it all around your restroom. Put it in the kitchen. Whatever that note is, have it annoy you. Like when you open a door, it's right in front of you. Um, Seems a little bit excessive, but it works. Yeah, I would say keep your goal in front of you. How do you stay motivated? Figure out what your why is, your reason for getting in better shape, and put that crap in front of you all the time. Get annoyed running into it. I'm serious. And that will keep you motivated. Like it'll always be there. And over time, it's not going to be right away, of course. But over time, you'll see what happens. It'll be a great thing. Vegeta? Yeah. I was reading Cisco and Little, and they said exercise every 10 to 14 days. What? 10 to 14 days? Thoughts on grease the groove approach to isometrics? Too much to hit daily. Again, it depends on the volume. 1x6 is fine to hit daily. What about if keeping up very low sets? Like, yeah, that's fine. Hypertrophy not the main priority. Yeah, that's fine. So grease the groove approach is pretty much essentially with that. That's what I do. 1x6. You making my job harder. Just tell me where do you stay. I'm not going to tell you my personal information. I don't think anybody would do that. I appreciate all the advice you've given out. No problem. I've watched a ton of your videos. Thank you, sir. And I got you started and got you started on your OI journey. I'm glad to help. Good stuff. You made your own. Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. You only use ISO for biceps. I do not. No. I train dynamically and I train isometrically. So ISO 6 days a week, 1x6, 1 day off. And I train dynamically 5 days a week currently. Vegeta, where's Kakarot? I don't know. Somewhere out there training harder than me. How did you overcome strength plateaus after the first month of ISO? That is a really good question. How did I do that? Honestly, because of the lower back issues from when the channel first started, I really couldn't I really wasn't focused on that right away. When I started to hit the plateaus, all I would do is I would just kind of switch the at that time the chain link number and just kind of continue from there. So it'd be like this, and then it'd be like switch the chain link number, this. So I I think that's what I did back then. Hopefully that helps. But then again, I would run into my lower back issue, and that would just kind of stop me. How much muscle have you really gained since you started doing the ISO stuff, and where did you notice the biggest difference? Be brutally honest. That's fine. Yeah, I'll be brutally honest. How much muscle have I really gained? I never measured it. The only thing that I really have found, being brutally honest, is that my concentric phases for all my lifts are up a lot. It's something that you really can feel. With a lot of my numbers, I would say that they are up anywhere between 20 to 45 pounds. I'm sure that it would be a lot higher. One of the things that I really hate about my isometrics and this channel's history is my freaking lower back. Again, I can't push through that pain. That is just some crippling pain. If you've never experienced it, don't. But it sucks. So like I kept hitting this wall, and I'm sure if I never had any lower back issues, I would be a freaking monster right now. Oh my God, from October 2020 to now, and I never had any lower back issues, and I kept doing the ISO. Like I did what I can over the years, but oh my God, I'd be a freaking monster right now. But I did what I could. So I would say it's been okay strength gains. They have been synergistic with my lifting, and probably the most noticeable I've noticed with increase in muscle. Now, I'm not talking muscle mass, just muscle, like lean, dense muscle. Is actually my bench press. Using the Isomax bench press last year helped me to get to 315 consistently in the weight room. I have a couple shorts on that, but I can make more. It's no big deal. Where did I notice the biggest difference? Biggest, my legs. Second biggest, my bench press. I really appreciate your time and expertise. Please don't let these troll. Oh no. It's cool. Here's the thing, like what with trolls, there's gonna be trolls no matter what. So like it's here's it. I made this channel to help people. Like I love training. I've been lifting for 16 years in January. I love doing this. Like I truly find enjoyment in helping people. That's why I became a personal trainer. But no matter what you do, you're always gonna have some type of hater or troll. Jesus had it. He was Jesus, and he had trolls. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. You're screwed either way. So my saying is always, hey, if you're screwed either way, you might as well be screwed in the version where you're enjoying yourself. So that's always how I looked at trolls. So, and the more trolls and haters you have, the more you're doing something right. I look like Obama. That's, I bench 315 for 5. I work for the kidnaps. Uh-huh. You natty? Yes, I am. 15 years. Do you have any tips for working out to reduce belly fat? Yes. Stay consistent. Make sure that. Wait. Stay consistent. Make sure that your macros and calorie intake is where it needs to be. And don't just focus on abdominal workouts. Focus on your entire body and developing lean muscle mass in your entire body. And that will get you that belly fat down. I don't understand that. How did I hurt my lower back? Recently, pendulum squat and doing too much. I was stupid. It was my fault. It was stupid. Um, Dude, I asked you how much muscle you gain and where, not how much strength you gain. How much muscle I gain? I remember I never measured it, so I don't exactly know how much because I never measured it. Um, how much strength you gain? I believe you got stupid strong from it. I wish I did. I wish it's just because I hit the cat with my back, so like. Oops. But yeah, I don't. In answer to that question, who is that? Human Monk, how much muscle did I gain? Because I never measured it, I can't answer that. Say, you've just earned a subscriber. Thank you for joining the squad. Really appreciate it. Please ban the troll calling me Giga Chad. It's fine. It's fine. There will be more after him. You're doing more good for more people than oof. Give up the gym for 30 days for the iso chain hypertrophy experiment. I was thinking about doing that again. The only reason I probably won't right now, Salem, is because like my program right now is working very well and I'm not trying to mess with it. So I would say like when I get to the point where like I'm feeling pretty good with everything, then I might start to do something with that, and it might only be for one muscle group, not the my entire body. But yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I will probably do this next week. So as long as I don't have another stupid lower back injury, we should be good. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and have a great day. We'll see you next one.